The following is brought to you by Joshua Beard, Realtor, Keller Williams.
You're listening to the Smells Like Middle-Aged Spirit podcast.
What smells so bad?
It's strong, but you'll get used to it. Now here's your hosts, Nick Stevenson and
buddy.
Chris Clark.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time again. Whatever time of day it is, wherever you may be listening in the world, welcome to episode 33 of the Smells Like Middle-Aged Spirit podcast. As always, I am your gracious and humble host, Nick Stevenson, and my man Chris Clark, aka the Hype Gorilla, is in the building. What it do, baby?
What's up, my dude?
Not too much. And we have two very special guests. We have Chris Conn returning. Welcome, sir.
Hi.
And we have our good friend Jacol Standley.
Hello.
Now, you guys are special in many ways, but we actually have two people here who are vying to be a part of our expanded team for season 3. So we thought to ourselves, let's get y'all on the mic, see what the chemistry feels like, you know, see how comfortable you guys are. You feel comfortable?
Yeah.
This is a veteran, so
Yeah.
I know you're
I'm
good.
great.
He was excited to show up and talk some shit. But Jacol, we really appreciate you reaching out as well, because as you know, we're looking for a female voice on the show, and we're looking for somebody who's opinionated, somebody
I
who's going to
definitely
bring
have that. Definitely
somebody who's
opinionated.
going to bring the fire, and somebody who's not going to agree with everything Chris and I say, because you know when we first started this show was kind of built on the basis of me and Chris having different backgrounds, different points of view. And what we've discovered is as we've gotten older, we are starting to be more like-minded than we thought we would be. So a lot of times if you listen to the show, when we're talking, it's just us being like, you know what? You're right, man.
You're right. Yeah.
So,
Well, if y'all want to start some arguments, then let's just start some
yeah, I mean,
arguments.
I do want to start some
We can be like super
arguments, but we don't have to
be like super argumentative.
right, but we don't want like screaming at each other and calling
No,
names.
we don't.
We are
But
gonna
the-
we are gonna possibly talk about each other's mamas today.
But the drama of it, though.
Right, but here's the thing: our audience is smart, and they can tell if we're being real or if we're being fake. Like, I would like to have some spirited debates, but you don't have to force it. You know, I'm not saying disagree with us on purpose.
Yeah, it's all in good
but-
fun.
Yeah, for sure. But guys, this is the 4th Wheel of Spirit. To those of you who are not familiar with the Wheel of Spirit, we have a show where we do not choose to talk about one subject, but the possibility of many subjects being talked about. So we're going to spin the wheel. It's going to pop up, and we're going to chop about it. But before we do that, Chris, I think most of our listeners are familiar with you. Jacol, let's talk for just a second about how you know us, how you came into contact with the show, and why you're a friend of the family.
I went to school with Whitney. We went to high school together. And there was a group of 6 of us, and just for all throughout high school, it
Right.
was just us 6, and we've just continued to be friends over the years.
Okay. If this is your first time listening, Whitney is my wife of 3 years, almost 4 years. Shout out, baby. And so now you can tell me all of her deep, dark secrets. This is the time.
Maybe if we get
Say
to
it
the
on
high
the
school
podcast.
stories.
Oh, so you're gonna talk about her in high school stories? Okay. I feel you. No, that's cool. And so I haven't spent a whole lot of time with you. I think early when me and Whitney first started dating, we hung out with you probably more than we have been lately. Life happens. You became a mommy how many years ago now?
He'll be 3 in February.
Man, time flies. I ran into you guys at the grocery store not
Well,
that long
I also
ago.
have an 18-year-old, so
Right.
there's that.
Oh my goodness. Let's not. Yeah, I forgot about the last time I saw her. I think was her junior year in high school.
No, she's a junior this
She's
year.
a junior now.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I have a freshman in high school now, so I know what you mean. So we're glad to have you here. And you know, when we were talking to people about coming on the show, it was important to us to bring on people who care about the show, and we're very thankful to you that you've been a loyal listener up to this point. What are some of the things you like about the show or like about podcasting in general that made you interested in possibly joining us.
I like the banter. I like the positivity. I love when Chris laughs.
Chris's laugh
very
is like the star of
contagious.
this show.
It's very contagious.
He's trying not to now. Don't worry, y'all gonna hear it at some point.
Let it out, Chris. It's okay.
You're gonna let it. You're gonna hear it at some point.
You can
today.
make Chris laugh at anything.
That's the thing I tell people.
You can trust me.
Drop a pen on the
If
table.
I
and
ever
he's
do
gonna
stand-up
laugh.
comedy, Chris is coming with me. He's sitting in the front row. I'm gonna slay no matter what. If anybody's not laughing at me, they'll just be laughing with him. So that's great. Yeah, and
Which still benefits you.
it does at the end of the day. So
Get everybody else laughing.
what a lot of
makes you
people
feel
on the
good.
outside looking in, they see it, and some people get really nervous. I could kind of sense your nerves at first, because what I liked about you coming on is you had a lot of questions. Like, you wanted to know every detail.
I
of
was
what's-
afraid I was gonna be annoying.
No. I like it because that shows that you're engaged. And when we bring people on our team, we want them to be engaged and we want them to care. So I was very appreciative of that. And you brought some things to my attention that even I missed. And that's why I told Chris, I'm like, man, we got to get a woman on this show to organize this shit. Like, because, man, me and Chris usually are flying by the seat of our
Slap
pants.
shit together.
Exactly. And it's worked so far, but we want to take it to the next level. And also, I've been talking to my buddy Chris, the former star of the Dude Stuff podcast. He already knows everything about this, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I thought, let's bring him on here and see if he wants to join us, because I think it would be a really good fit. And I think you got the podcast itch back, huh?
I do have the podcast itch.
You ever like just sit in your bathtub and talk to yourself podcast?
Like have my own podcast conversations
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, I
Like,
did that
in the
before
middle-
we started.
In the middle of my bubble bath, I'm like, yeah, that.
Yeah,
This
and
would be
you're
a
like,
good idea.
you're like, man, I don't have anybody to argue with.
Like other than myself, and this is just getting annoying.
Yeah, man. But like I said, we're very thankful to both of you for your support outside the show, listening, and by coming on the show and mixing it up with us, man. So we're gonna have a good time. Chris, you ready?
I'm ready.
I know you've had a slow week, and I know how that goes. Sometimes you sit in this chair and you're not sure how you're gonna feel, but I
Yeah.
guarantee you, we're gonna hear that laugh today, and it's gonna be a brand new Chris by the end
As
of
soon
the
as
show.
we spin the wheel, he's going to start giggling. I guarantee it.
For sure. So, you know what? Ladies first. Why don't we let Jacol spin the wheel?
Oh, it's not the deal.
You'll get a chance. I got to remember my manners, and my mom was probably watching. So
Okay, here we
keep
go.
in mind, my mom was watching. So y'all be careful with the mama jokes. Oh, you can do better than that. Come on.
Okay, you want me to?
If you went on The Price is Right, is that how you would spin the wheel? Come
Okay.
on, give that bad
Okay,
boy.
second try. Second try.
Alrighty. Tell me what you got.
Convincing us of aliens.
Aha, Con.
we get to talk about aliens.
We can. You are going to convince us of whatever you want to convince us, but I was pretty sure you'd want to talk about aliens. The last time Chris Conn was here, he was trying to convince us that UFOs are real. So I hope you did your research and you brought a
I
compelling
don't need to do
argument.
research.
I hope you
do
brought a
not need
compelling
research.
argument. But go ahead and convince us. Tell us what you know that's going to make the world believe that extraterrestrials do exist.
Okay. Well, first, welcome to the Chris Conn podcast, where we talk about aliens and Bigfoots and shit.
Yeah, let's do it.
First of all, aliens are real. I don't care what anybody says.
That's your most compelling argument.
That's all
I'm
I got.
convinced.
No.
Okay, Logan. Okay. Okay.
Let's do it, man. You said you saw a UFO.
I did. I've seen 3 UFOs and one. at
You've
one
seen
time.
3.
There were 3 of them.
Who was with you when this happened?
Nobody.
Hey, this is my podcast, Chris.
Look. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Who was with you?
It was me, but it doesn't mean anything. Just because it was me
You
by
had
myself
3
does not mean
opportunities.
I did not see aliens.
But you had 3 opportunities. Like, one of those 3, somebody. Like, are you ever going to see one when you're with someone?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about the experience. Go ahead, tell me.
Okay.
And I want to know what you were drinking when this happened.
It concerns me you didn't answer that quickly. Okay, that concerns me.
Well, what made you
Well,
think that
first
they
of
were
all,
UFOs?
I
First
was
of all,
sober.
just real quick, rapid
Hold
fire.
on.
Do you believe in UFOs?
Yes,
And
he
aliens?
does.
no.
Oh, fuck off.
I do.
You do.
See?
I do.
Atta boy, Chris.
Now, okay. Before we go any further, I don't know if it's the fucking green alien big heads.
They're green.
They drive these circular
They're-
ships and fly around.
They're
UFO.
gray. They're called gray men,
Okay.
and they're about 3 feet tall.
Okay. You can try to convince me all you want to in the aspect of the same aspect as religion.
Right. So you think it's a faith thing?
I don't think UFOs are necessarily a faith thing.
Except we've seen aliens.
Except for
we haven't
the
seen
ones
God.
Chris Conn saw when he was drinking. Right? Those are the ones we
I
saw.
was sober.
Oh, I missed that part.
Okay.
Thank
tell me
you.
where you were. Tell me where you were, because there's got to be a hotbed of alien activity in
There
the
is
Deer Park,
actually in
LaPorte
California.
area. No, I'm talking about
Deer
you were
Park?
here,
I don't
right?
know. Well, there's definitely a hotbed about 7 years ago.
Okay. So
Anyways,
tell us when this
I
happened.
was getting off of work on from night shift, and I was exit out of the parking lot, go down Georgia, and I saw these 3 really bright white lights.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm like, oh, what the fuck is that? And at the time, I didn't believe in aliens either.
Mm-hmm.
Well, even after I saw the UFOs that I know are UFOs, I was still kind of skeptical. But after further research, they were definitely UFOs.
Okay. So
Um,
UFO is an acronym for.
Unidentified flying object,
Okay. So you were not able to identify these.
What if
objects.
somebody else would have?
aka aliens.
Okay, I'm sorry. Continue.
Nick.
Continue.
You're interrupting my
I
podcast. here.
apologize. Go for it.
The thing says convincing. It should have said convince us podcast.
And you're doing a terrible job so far.
Ah, well, you keep interrupting me.
I
Anyways,
apologize. Go
yeah.
for it.
So I wrote down my windows to see if I could hear like a shut up. To see if I could hear like an engine noise or like a helicopter whirl, like
Right.
or like
right.
no, none of that.
Or like a. That's more of a alien.
That reminded me of the
no,
Jetsons.
they don't.
Yeah,
they
the
don't.
Jetsons.
Yeah, that's the Jetsons, Nick.
The Jetsons lived in space.
UFOs don't make a noise. They're
Okay.
silent.
So are Apache helicopters.
No, they're not. You can still hear them.
Okay.
They fly over our work all the time.
That's
Nick.
true. That's true. They do make
Can I-
helicopters. I'm
can I-
sorry.
can I
yes.
get back?
Continue.
Can I-
Continue.
okay, thank you. So I rolled down my window to see if I could hear any noises, and of course I didn't hear nothing. So then I'm looking for like if
Was
you-
it moving or just suspended in air?
No, they were moving.
It was moving.
Yeah,
Okay.
it wasn't one of those ones where it's like we're just like
Was it headed in the direction of any airports?
no, it was heading towards the plants though, so that was kind of
Oh, that's scary.
gotta think about that.
Okay. Okay.
And so I was looking for like the red or blue lights that you would see like on the tail of a airplane or a helicopter. I didn't see any.
We need an aviation expert because I have no idea what color lights are on a plane.
I was in Civil Air Patrol when I was like 9.
Okay.
so
So
I'm
there's
kind
red
of-
and blue.
I'm a kind of an expert.
Okay. Okay.
I know-
So
I know
there's
a
red
little
and
bit.
blue, and you didn't see red or blue.
Right. Or
Okay.
any type of like flashlight or anything. No, it was just 3 white lights.
Okay, so can I? I'm gonna stop you for
Okay.
a second.
Okay.
Are we too skeptical?
I think you're too skeptical.
So my argument against this is
Yes, I was sober.
No, we got that.
We
We've
got
established-
that far. I didn't hear the first part of that. Drones.
Drones weren't popular back then. Like drones didn't become a popular thing till like
What if it wasn't like a
5 years ago.
civilian drone? What if it was a military drone? We are not that far from
I feel
it.
like
We're pretty close to Ellington Field, right?
I feel like I would still hear like
But
like
once
the
those
motor of
fuckers get like 100 foot in the air.
How
I mean,
far in the air do you
I'm
think
no-
it was?
I'm no
Was it
expert,
close?
it.
Or-
It was like about 200 feet maybe.
And what street
200
were
or
you
300
on?
feet, Georgia.
The old
Right by the old SGS office.
form. Okay.
Were these sightings consecutive or were they like spread out?
No, there was like all at once.
So you saw 3 UFOs
It was like yeah, like,
in
it was
one
like-
night?
It was like a triangle. Like
This
two-
this wasn't in one night, right?
yeah, one night.
Oh, it was all in one night.
Yeah,
You said 3 times.
No.
that means 3 separate occasions.
I said there were 3 lights.
But all 3 lights could have been on one object, right?
No,
They were too far apart.
yeah,
Okay.
unless it was like a really big airplane.
Hmm.
It was real. I'm telling you.
How big were the lights? Did it look like it was far away? Like it was close?
Like maybe like the size of my straw whole thing
To the eye.
to the eye.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, it wasn't the size of your straw hole. Okay. Here's my disconnect on it, because as many things as it could have been, you saw something that you didn't know what it was, and in your mind you automatically drew the conclusion
Aliens.
UFO,
Yes.
aliens. I don't know that that's compelling of an argument enough to prove that they exist. Now, if you told me they picked you up and there's some like probing going on,
You would
and-
you would believe I got abducted over me seeing a UFO.
Why are you not answering that fast?
if you told me you got
What are you
abducted,
thinking, me, Nick?
if you told me you got abducted, I would listen to the story.
But
If
you
you-
would believe it more if I had gotten abducted, rather than just seeing
And
three
it's
lights
not that I would believe
think
it
are
more.
aliens?
It's not that I would believe it more, but you'd have more content.
Not really,
and
because
more
they take away
argument.
all your memories. It's a fact.
Okay,
I'm just
you
saying.
can't
I've
say-
seen weird.
they-
I've
they
seen weird.
abduct you.
I've
You can't
seen
say
weird
fact.
shit in the sky before.
But you can't say fact.
Oh, it's a
because-
fact.
Right.
Nope, it's an
Oh, it's a
opinion.
fact.
It's an opinion.
It's a conclusion that
It's
you
not
drew.
an opinion when like
based-
everybody's like on these TV shows going, I got abducted and got probed.
That's like saying believe everything you hear on the internet. Okay, you have to draw a conclusion.
No, now that's an opinion.
You have to
But
draw
when
a
someone
conclusion
comes up
for
and says,
yourself.
this happened to me.
This is what I'll say,
It's
Chris.
a fact.
This is a extremely massive
I'm like-
universe.
That's right where I was going with
To
that.
our knowledge, this universe is endless.
Yes.
Exactly.
So I think it would be
So then why can't there be aliens?
time out. I think it would be illogical to say there's absolutely not aliens. I don't think that that's a logical conclusion.
Illogical or logical?
I don't think it's a logical conclusion to say there's no such thing as aliens. Absolutely not.
Okay, so you do believe that there
I believe
may
that
be-
there could be something out there, but I don't know a person, and I'm not saying there aren't people. I don't know a person who has presented a compelling enough argument to me to say without a shadow of a doubt there's absolutely aliens.
Oh, we're gonna watch some documentaries.
The
Nick.
one thing that does trip me out about this whole
we're watching the
subject
History
is
Channel
there
as soon as
is
we're
a
done with
fucking
this.
area in the United States, in Nevada, Area
Uh-huh.
51.
That's real.
I don't doubt that for a second.
But we don't know what's in there.
Hold on. Let me go.
Why, though?
I'm
Google
with
this guy's
Nick on
name.
this.
Why
one.
would you not like? Why wouldn't you release that? Why would not necessarily release it? But why wouldn't
Because
you
Maybe
say
to
don't
keep
want
this
us,
narrative.
They don't want us to be all scared and shit and all paranoid.
scared of what? Of aliens? What if
Maybe
they're fucking
Area 51 is
a bunch of jabronis just like us?
maybe Area 51
Probably is.
Like,
maybe Area 51 is something the government likes to use to keep people distracted from like real life shit that's going on. Remember the Area 51 raid, which
Oh,
actually
bro,
all hell
I-
broke loose after
I
that shit.
ate that shit
I'm
up.
so
for
disappointed I couldn't go to that. I really.
All it
wanted
was
to go.
motherfuckers selling T-shirts and shit like 10 miles.
There was
from
never an
Area
actual
51.
raid. Like
No.
nobody had the balls to do that.
Fuck no.
No, they stopped at the security check about 100 miles.
But you
away.
think in Area 51 there
What's
is
this guy's name?
like actual aliens there, like, or do you believe that's where they?
like in the movies with like
So,
glass tubes?
I'm
Movies,
trying
exactly.
I'm trying to find this guy's
Independence
name.
Day.
Yes, I'm trying to find the guy's name. Hold on, give me a minute. But he has a documentary on actually he's been on a bunch of podcasts. What the fuck is his name?
Man, you and Logan would be like, I'm telling you.
Oh, dude, Logan said
You
there
listen
for like
to-
2
you
weeks
listen
and
to,
tried to convince me of some.
You mentioned
horse shit.
you mentioned the last time you were here. What's the name of that show that comes on? It comes on 740 really late at night.
Oh, Coast to Coast.
Coast to Coast. So Coast to Coast.
Okay, Logan, that show, Logan tried to convince me. I don't know. What was when Laura was coming through?
Yeah.
That the government creates hurricanes for population control. And I'm like,
Well, when Katrina blew through, they're like, they really thought that the government you can manipulate weather.
how?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, you can. All right.
well, I mean,
Okay,
then you start talking
And-
about
and-
like
and you
global
can-
warming.
Is
You
it possible
can-
that you could
with
affect the
satellites.
strength? Not necessarily create the hurricane, but could you affect the strength of the hurricane?
There's
Because-
so much more that goes into a hurricane than just
Right.
It starts raining, like the temperatures and dew points.
Wind speeds.
It
Yeah.
has to.
barometric pressure.
It has to be
And
perfect.
it gains its fuel by warm water. So I'm
Yes.
saying, is there a way that the government could actually warm up the ocean to intensify the strength of a hurricane.
No, I
First
think-
of all, I think that's
I think
accident. There's
us-
so many other ways to
I
do
think us as a
population
society
control.
is doing a perfectly good job of warming up the ocean. So I don't think
True,
the
that's
government.
true.
I don't think
That's
the
true.
government needs to help out with that.
All
But
I'm
no,
saying
you
is that-
can you can make your own rain clouds.
Yes,
you
you
can
can.
make it rain.
You're right, but it's not just rain.
It's which is manipulated. No, it's not.
But that's in a
It's like-
controlled
it's-
environment. You can't make it rain outside.
Yes, you can.
You can make it rain in a building.
Yes, you can.
You can make it rain outside.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, I got to hear this.
Yep.
Hold on.
Yep.
They don't do it here, but they do it in another country. Hold on.
Yeah, bear with. That's you've been a podcaster before. Dead air is the worst thing you could possibly do. So
well, then
while
you-
you're
well, then
googling
y'all
that,
keep talking.
While we're googling that, you said you agree with me. What part that I said that you're
That
on
there,
board
well,
with?
that there is a possibility
Right.
that there may be something out there, but we don't really know. I
Right.
don't know. I'm just really skeptical.
And when you believe in something that you don't have hard facts to
Right,
prove,
right.
that's
That's faith.
essentially faith.
right,
And no offense to anybody who's religious, but
That's-
your faith is so strong, it's real to you. And that's fine. That's the beautiful part about our country is you can have that faith. And if you believe it's strong enough that it's real to you, then all power to you. And I feel like believing in extraterrestrials, like in the absolute manner that some people do,
Okay, I got it. I got it. I
got
it.
it?
I got it. Yeah.
that's
It's
the same
called-
thing as faith.
Now they don't. I just watched something on it. They don't do it in the U.S., but I know there is another country where it's always dry. It's like a desert. And
Mm-hmm.
they do it a lot over there. But it's called weather modification, or also known as cloud seeding.
Okay.
Which is all right. A weather. This is off of Wikipedia. A weather modification, also known as weather control, is the act of intentionally manipulating or altering the weather. The most common form of weather modification is cloud seeding, which increases rain or snow, usually for the purpose of increasing the local water supply. Weather modification can also have the goal of preventing damaging weather such as hail or hurricanes from occurring, or of provoking damaging weather against the enemy as a tactic of military. Okay, now we're getting kind of crazy, but all right. I should have read this a lot
Okay.
more.
You
Okay,
gotta listen to
listen. Honestly, in the day and age that we're living in, I wouldn't put anything past possibility. But I'm saying, I was hoping that you would come and bring something that,
Fun fact, weather modification in warfare has been banned by the United Nations.
yes, it has. There's a lot of. I see what you're saying there, but
I'm gonna do some.
I'm saying that the average Joe could not accomplish
if there's
that.
a rabbit
No,
hole,
absolutely not. No.
that's what I'm interested in jumping down.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's even fucking possible.
Yeah, there's
there's a
some
lot of
called
smart.
Operation-
There's a lot of
curious.
smart people who you hope are using their intelligence for good things, but could also use that intelligence for bad things. I mean, think about the atom bomb. Like, there's a lot of good things that can come from that, and there's a lot of bad things that can come from that. We have the possibility of endless renewable energy, or the possibility of leveling an entire city. So, I don't know. I think where I still stand, even after your compelling argument, is it's possible, but I can't sit here and say 100% like absolutely. There's aliens out there. I feel like it.
Oh, yeah, let's get
like I
back to
said,
aliens. Okay, I finally found it. Bob Lazar.
okay.
Okay, in your free time or after you edit,
He's been
look
on
up-
the. He's been
look
on
up-
the that show, right?
He's legit as fuck.
Yeah, I've heard his name from my
He
son.
used to work for Area 51.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's came out and said, like, there are UFOs in Area 51. He says he thinks, he said,
Meaning there's alien aircraft.
alien aircraft. Yeah, like, and like, he
Okay.
said, like, what we see as a UFO is this big, like,
Dish.
dish, oval thing with a, like, thing,
Yeah.
hood on top, whatever. He says they don't look like that. Because all the ones that he saw were all different.
Okay.
In Area 51, like, there's a scientist on each project, and none of the scientists know what each of them are doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so the project that Bob Lazar was working on was this device that is claimed to operate the spacecraft.
Right.
And it's not, and it's like anti-gravity. Like, we don't, what they're trying to do is figure out how to make it work. And he said, like, you can't touch it or anything.
Okay.
It's very weird. I have to
Because
rewatch-
you'll die.
No, it just won't let you touch it. Like, there's like this force
It's
field around
impossible. There's a force field
Yeah.
around it. Okay. This is Bob Lazar,
it. Bob Lazar,
former employee of
Area 51. Yes.
Okay. Did he say why he doesn't work there anymore?
Yeah. Oh fuck.
And why don't they kill you when you don't work there
he,
anymore?
he bounced? He was like, "Fuck this shit. I'm done."
You don't think they would kill you if there was information in there that they don't want anybody to know, and it's not like you can be like, oh, here's my 2-week notice.
I would think
Okay.
they would want to kill you.
Okay.
But they didn't.
I typed in Bob Lazar on Google.
There you go.
This is what I got.
All right.
I'm gonna let y'all draw the conclusion. Robert Scott Lazar is an American conspiracy theorist who claims he's been hired in the late 1980s to reverse engineer perpetual extraterrestrial technology at which he described as the secret site called S4.
There you go. Yeah, S4, not Area 51.
Okay. So that's like,
But the first
Area
thing that
50
it says is
Conspiracy.
Bob Lazar.
He's not a conspiracy theorist.
Okay. an American
but
conspiracy
to be
theorist.
fair, anything people don't believe widely is considered a conspiracy theory. At one point, Christianity was a conspiracy theory. Like, but aside from that,
At
here's
one
the deal.
point
Like,
or
you
still
believe in
is?
science, right?
Yes.
Okay. Every scientific discovery had one thing in common. There were facts that backed up and that you could work in reverse or forward, and you always came to the same conclusion every time. And that's what's lacking in this conversation. There's people who said, hey, I saw something. Really? Can you show me? No, I can't show you. I saw it. Like, at this point, the conclusion we have to draw right now is it's a possibility. Now, maybe it's a stronger possibility to you because you saw some shit you couldn't explain.
Yes.
But until you decide to devote your life to bringing proof to everyone who's skeptical, like,
I'm
it's...
not going to do that. So much work.
I'm
Oh,
just
God.
saying, like, here's the deal. Like I said, I feel like the universe is far too massive for us to think that
We're the only
we
people
are the
here.
only people here and everything in this universe revolves around
So
us.
then it makes it that hard for you to believe that they just can't come over here to Earth and cruise around?
I don't think so.
But for what? Like,
why are they so far advanced from us
what? See,
that they
but-
can
well,
make it
there's-
here, but we
hold
can't
on.
make it to them?
But think about this.
Because
okay?
we're not scientific.
When you're talking
like that
about
yet.
the construction and the development of the Egyptian pyramids,
Right.
and how science today says that no person of a solid body could do that. It's physically impossible.
yeah,
It
the
had to have
the
something
stones were like way too
helping
massive.
them.
Mhm.
We don't know the construction. We don't know the technology they had at that point. We have an idea, but what would make logical sense is somebody extraterrestrial would be there helping them. I don't know.
that's also a
But then there
conspiracy.
would be more
you're right.
instances other than just the pyramids.
And
Stonehenge.
wouldn't they leave some
On the-
evidence behind?
Do what?
They'd leave some evidence behind.
I mean,
Because there's archaeologists who work those places like crazy. That's like Hannah's jam right now. She's into mummies, right?
mhm.
And so we've watched a few documentaries on stuff like that. Like, they had these tombs that were hundreds of feet in the ground,
Mhm.
and they take these caskets that are made of stone, like, and somehow got them down into those tombs, and it's taken 17 people just to get the lid off the motherfucker.
Yeah.
And they're using what seems
Such a
like
bad
very
idea. Such a bad. Why?
what seems like really basic technology, like sticking like a wooden rod underneath it
Mhm.
as leverage and then slowly rolling it out. That's like, we live in an age where we have iPhones where you can push, jump. Like, that was like cutting edge technology back in those days.
Of course.
So there's no telling what else they did that to us, because of everything that we know and we have, feel like, oh, that's impossible. And I don't know. I just haven't seen anything that makes me say absolutely for sure, but I'm open to the possibility.
Watch the Bob Lazar documentary on Netflix.
Okay, I will. My
Do
son told me to watch that. I'm going to watch it.
He was also on Rogan.
It's going to be
podcast,
down
too,
on the list. Yes, I heard that too.
Okay.
I heard he was
Okay.
really
I've
good.
seen that.
which is really good.
I've seen that one.
Yeah.
Where he brought on like the other guy who was also very skeptic of
Uh-huh.
him saying who he was, and he's like, dude, I fucking look back on like, he's like, I did all my research, I found all these documents saying that he did work for S4, whatever the fuck it was. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
I know
Okay.
what I'm doing tonight. 'Cause I'm interested.
That is the rabbit
See?
hole for Chris.
Yeah, that's a rabbit
All
hole
right,
I
man.
can go down.
I'm not telling you you're nuts. I believe
my
you saw
next
something
thing is
in
going
the
to be
sky.
Bigfoot. Once I figured out this alien thing, I'm looking into Bigfoot.
Honestly,
I think Bigfoot can be
Very
axed right now.
definitely
No
real.
Bigfoot.
No
Oh.
way. Dude, you have
He's just a giant monkey that's extinct now.
the technology you have right now,
I do find
and
it
you
funny
can't find
that
Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I do
Like you
find
have
it,
drones that could fucking fly.
Yeah, they found
anywhere
Osama bin Laden.
in seconds.
did we?
Oh my god.
I know what your new
Oh
podcast
my
is, bro.
god. What are we
I
Conspiracy.
didn't
doing?
see any fucking pictures.
Yes, you did.
They threw.
I mean, his brain was blew out the back of his head.
no.
but you
How do we
absolutely saw
know? We
pictures.
saw nothing. They went in, killed something,
I don't think they
put in a
released
fucking
anything.
trash
I
bag,
thought there was
and
photos.
dumped it over a
I
boat.
thought that there was photos.
There was absolutely
also.
no. There was photos of Osama bin Laden. There were not photos of this other guy, Soleimani. But I think that's because he.
I didn't see any photos on Saddam. There were photos of the Saddam, but I don't remember seeing photos of Saddam.
I might be thinking about Saddam
I think I
Hussein.
think of Saddam with his face all beaten in
Oh,
and shit.
maybe.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay, why don't we spin the wheel again?
Oh, we're just having fun.
I just
Damn it,
I
Dad.
don't feel like I came any closer to where I already stood. Like it's possible, but I'm not gonna sit here and say
You knew that as soon as you
Absolutely.
brought it up. Like,
I believe that you
They have
believe.
not, they have not released, according to this
See,
Business Insider, this is the only known picture of Osama bin Laden. They have not released.
Well, that's not the only picture of him ever.
no. But like, after his death, that's what they released.
I swear I thought there was pictures.
No.
They're
Saddam.
saying why not release pictures of the public?
What
enemy
website are
number
you
one,
on though?
Business Insider.
Okay.
This is the first thing that popped up on Google. I'm not trying to like go
Okay.
through it.
You
but
know,
I think we
it's-
paid him off to stop blowing shit up, and now he's living in Italy or something.
oh man,
and the
have
bag
you
of
gone?
the-
Have you gone down
I
that
don't
rabbit
think it's
hole
that
of
easy.
conspiracy?
Yeah, I don't think it's
Not
that
yet.
easy.
I like to
about
make
the
shit up in
Bushes,
my head
about
and
the
just go with
Bushes
it.
and the Bin Ladens.
I guess that's one I can't get behind. Like,
That's a whole another rabbit hole. This is gonna end up turning into a conspiracy theory.
Just turn this podcast name into Rabbit Hole.
No, man, you have conspiracies, man. That's
Oh yeah,
a
There we
thing.
go.
That's
It
a
is.
thing. Alrighty, you need to make me your manager. Okay, Chris
is it my
Conn.
turn?
Yeah, go ahead and
We
spin
gonna
that wheel.
spin?
Yeah, go ahead and spin the wheel, man.
I'm not talking about aliens no more.
We talked about that for half an hour.
Conspiracies. When Karen's attacked.
Okay, did you guys get Karen stories?
No.
All right, respin.
Yeah, go ahead. I got one, but it's cool.
Do it. Say
Let's
it.
hear
No,
it.
it's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
All right.
There's we'll save that for another one. We'll leave that on the wheel, because I want us to get into that. There's a long list of Karen stories that are pretty awesome that I was hoping we could get into. Go ahead.
When Karen attacks. Oh! I don't want to play this game anymore.
If it does it a third time,
Oh, okay. It was green. I thought it was gonna be. Don't be scared for phobias.
okay. Don't be scared. Let's talk about some of the things that we are afraid of.
I'm afraid
I
of
know you guys
aliens.
wanted to talk about Halloween, but I'm actually doing an episode that's right before Halloween. But we can get into it. This was one of Jacol's suggestions, actually. So, what are you guys afraid of? Like, absolutely 100% ain't fucking with it.
Spider webs.
Birds.
Fucking birds? Really?
Yeah.
Like all
Honestly,
birds? Like
all birds.
even like hummingbirds?
Yep. Nope.
I'm not scared of birds until I'm around them. You ever be on the docks and a fucking pelican flies over your head?
You ever been in
It
the
looks like-
HEB parking lot?
Actually, my daughter is terrified of birds too. She's like, they're like dinosaurs with feathers.
They're fucking scary.
Yeah. Have you seen the movie Birds?
Yes.
Is that part of the reason that you're scared of them?
No. I just don't like them.
What?
I just don't like them.
Like like a
Like,
parrot.
you
They're
never-
kind of scary. Like the talons, the beak, their eyes, the shit they do
Yeah.
with their head. They're not.
With a beak, like plucking your eyeball
I
out.
never feel comfortable around a bird.
How can
I'll
you
tell
not
that
feel
much.
comfortable like a
I
little
don't.
parrot
I
sitting on
don't.
your shoulder? and you
My
just, like, pet it?
in-laws had a
little pet.
parakeet.
Because you never know. They could like lose their minds and
No, they don't. It's a bird.
No.
It's a bird, but his brain's as big as his fucking pin.
My in-laws had a parakeet at
dude,
their
have you
house.
ever seen like a falcon hunt or like
Oh yeah.
these motherfuckers will like pick
I've
up
seen
a
the
full
hawks. fucking
Yeah,
Talons
those
on
fucking
those things are
possums.
massive.
Yeah, they pick up possums and cats
Hawks?
and dogs and shit.
I ain't
Yeah,
fucking
They
with that.
fly all around the fucking neighborhood, bro. Hey, yeah. Them motherfuckers ain't playing.
Yeah, every
No, my
time Marty
family
tries to
thinks
go
it's funny.
outside, I'm like, they think it's funny.
Yeah, they think it's
All
funny.
right, I don't like snakes. I don't fuck with snakes. I can't. Anything that moves that quickly with no legs is fucking Satan.
My dad's the same way.
Like,
I don't like
screaming.
knowing what if it's like. They don't bother me. I just don't like knowing,
knowing
that
if it's
if it's
poisonous.
poisonous or not.
yeah, I'm not all up to, like, I wasn't a Boy Scout or
Like, you-
anything. So if I see, it could be a fucking grass snake and I'm screaming like a little bitch. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, nothing should be able to move without legs that quickly. Like, there's something satanic about that, man. I'm sorry.
Even like the pythons that people keep as pets, you can't do those either.
No. And then, like, I used to have this buddy who had a snake, right? And he literally enjoyed watching this motherfucker eat mice or whatever else he would catch.
Okay, that's fucking weird, dude.
That's kind of
That's
disturbing.
weird.
That's what I'm
It's a little
saying. Like,
disturbing.
have you ever seen a snake eat a mouse?
Yeah.
That mouse fucking
I have
knows what is
Discovery
about to
Channel.
happen. No, I'm saying, have you seen it in person?
No, not in person.
Dude, you can see the mouse's heart beating
Yeah,
through its
I've
fucking
seen it. Yeah.
like, and they're fucking panicked as shit. They know what's about to happen, and then you
Slowly
throw the motherfucker in
suffocating.
there, and then the snake just evil looking motherfucker, and he's just like he's staring at it, and like he's perfectly still, and the mouse knows what's gonna happen, and like he would get the thrill out of just watching. He's like, watch, and then out of nowhere, that motherfucking snake would just, and then yeah, I don't fuck with snakes.
That's weird.
I do not fuck with
if I
snakes.
walk into a spider web, I'm screaming like a little girl.
But
I am.
I don't think that's my
screaming.
biggest fear though. This is really weird. Like one of my biggest fears is like needing to defend my family and ended up being in a helpless situation. Like
Get
let's
your
say
gun,
somebody
bro.
breaks into my house and I'm butt naked. What the fuck am I gonna do? Like
But I think that's everybody's
You're running
fear.
after the guy breaking into your
I'm just
house
saying,
with your
let's-
dick whip
let's
wrapping
pretend,
around.
let's pretend I have a gun in my room, but I'm in the living room butt naked and he busts through the patio door.
It
Like
takes 5 pounds of pressure to crush your fucking windpipe.
yeah, dude, but
Get
I'm
on that
butt ass
motherfucker.
naked.
Oh, that's all right. That's all
My
right.
dick is all out, bro. Once
all
he
right.
grab, you ever been grabbed by the balls? You become paralyzed.
Well,
That is the number one move,
I mean, if
That's my go-to. If I get in a fight, I'm kicking him in the nuts, man.
dude. I'm just saying, like you're butt ass
I think
naked.
he's gonna be more scared.
Wait,
of
are
fucking
you scared he's
naked
gonna
ass
grab
man
each other
running
your
to
balls?
him?
What?
You think
He-
Robert's
I
gonna
am-
grab
I
your
think-
balls? Did I miss
Yes,
that?
I am in a
I
position
think my
of
ADD kicked
vulnerability.
in for a little bit.
Has
I got
anybody
lost.
ever walked by you with a knife and you ain't got no clothes on and you just feel like, ooh, careful?
Why would somebody
No.
be walking
First
by
of
you
all-
naked with a knife?
You never been naked in your kitchen?
Yes.
Why, yes, but
I'm sorry. I have a fear.
By the
of,
way, like cooking
I
bacon.
have a
was, like,
fear.
no good.
That's why, bro. I rarely sleep with no clothes on, but like every time I do, I'm like, man, I'm gonna be really fucked if somebody breaks in
I
my
can't
house.
sleep naked. I
See,
forgot.
that's
I
not
can't
my
do it.
first
Let me tell you
thought.
something. If I
Are
sleep,
you gonna fight a man butt naked?
I sleep
Yes,
ass
absolutely.
fucking naked, and if somebody comes to my house, they're gonna get. I'm telling you, they're gonna get a fucking show.
Face full of Chris Conn.
But the last thing they see before they go meet fucking Jesus is my fucking nutsack.
Right. Okay, that's fine. Like I'm in that situation, you're gonna do what you got to do. But I would feel less vulnerable if I was clothed.
Nah, that makes it
Nah.
more fun.
All right, so what if you start like jumping all over this dude butt naked, and he's like, ooh, hey, and he likes it, and then
Well,
well,
then-
then there's your opportunity to
Eyeballs
like,
and windpipe, baby.
yeah.
Eyeballs and windpipe. Get them out.
You're
Pull
only
eyeballs
gonna
out the
enjoy it
fucking
for a
head.
second.
I don't know, man. Whenever I think,
God.
I'd probably if he had a gun, I would feel less vulnerable than if he had a knife.
Why? Because you're afraid he's gonna chop your dick off?
I just don't like the idea of not. I don't know what it is, man. It's probably up here. Like I just feel so vulnerable without clothes
You
on.
need to watch a couple YouTube videos, and when
Where we
you
going,
see
Elvis?
how easy it is to pull a gun and a knife from somebody, you'd fucking laugh. It's stupid.
But
easy.
you're naked.
Hell yeah,
So?
you're fucking naked.
I would just be like, don't grab my balls, like, because once he does that, I'm
He's
paralyzed.
trying to fight the guy. with,
Once he
like,
does
1-8
that,
overs
I'm
and dies.
paralyzed.
He's like,
Yeah.
I mean, you say that until that motherfucker's holding your balls and he's got a fucking gun to your face.
Why do we just assume this guy's gonna hold your nuts?
Because if if a crazy person ran up on me
if I'm breaking
naked,
into
that's my
somebody's home-
go-to.
If I'm breaking into somebody's,
Once you have it, like that dude is paralyzed. He's not moving, and then you
Okay.
can fuck him up the rest
but
of the way.
let's look at this realistically. Like, if I'm breaking into your home and you're naked, I'm not gonna be like, going for his nuts.
That's the best way to debilitate me.
I mean,
I
in
feel
all,
like
in
if-
all
if-
honesty, if I'm gonna put myself in the
Or
robbers,
I'm
hold
afraid
on,
of my
hold
house
on.
catching fire. And I'm naked.
I'm gonna put myself
that
in a
would
situation. For a
Yeah,
second.
that would not be good.
Then you gotta jump out your window, butt
If
ass
I'm
naked.
robbing a house,
I do. You know, I've thought about that. Yeah, that's
Give
what
those neighbors something to talk about.
like.
I'm sorry, Chris. Go ahead.
If I'm robbing a house and a naked Nick Stevenson starts running at me and I have a gun,
I'm laughing.
I would get scared.
you're gonna die. Like, if I have a gun,
What if you don't? Okay, but in a fist fight, in a brawl, hand to hand combat, you're fully clothed. The other guy's butt naked. Who has the advantage?
the guy who's naked.
Yes, I think so too.
Why?
How fucking weird would it be if me and Chris Conn are about to fucking duke it out and I just rip my fucking, I'm ass naked and I'm mad? Who has the advantage at that point? He don't know what the fuck's going on. He sees
That's
fucking
true.
baby Huey flying fucking weird and now he's fucking confused.
He's like, this motherfucker's crazy. He
He's
might kill
crazy.
me.
Yeah. Like, you got the advantage.
I just feel
I agree with
vulnerable.
Chris. Yeah.
I would
got
at
the
least put a
advantage.
pair of shorts on.
Nah, you ain't got time
I'd
for
be like,
that.
hold on, Mr. Robber.
Make that motherfucker's day. Time to go meet Jesus, baby. Last thing you're gonna see is me butt ass naked.
But also, I guess if it's not necessarily that situation. My fear is being naked when I need to be prepared to take action. Like if my house was on fire,
That just makes the hero
I don't have
story
time to
even
go put
better.
some clothes on now. So I'm gonna do a head first dive out of my window and have cuts all everywhere. And then when the police show up or the fire people show up,
So why are you naked?
there's my butt ass naked in the front yard watching my house burn down. Don't got no
Would it
clothes.
be-
The clothes are in the house.
Would it make it worse if it was cold outside?
Probably yes, but I'm just saying, like my clothes
Like,
are in the
sorry,
house. but
officers. Normally
now-
not like this.
The news cameras are there, and there's naked Nick
Hell
standing
yeah.
in the front
Be
yard.
on the motherfucking news naked, please.
So you think you have the advantage in a fight if you're butt naked?
yes,
Fuck
Yes.
yeah.
because nobody in their right mind's gonna fight a naked man.
No. It's 3
So-
on 1, Nick.
I think
if I was
you.
if I was fighting a naked dude, if I felt like I couldn't take him fairly, that's where I'm going, bro. Like
Really?
yes, if I could
Nah.
not, if
Fuck
it
it.
wasn't a fair fight, if this motherfucker's 320 pounds, jacked up with muscle and steroids, that's my only go-to.
If that's
You
the
don't-
case, he's fucking slow, and you climb that motherfucker like a monkey and grab his fucking
That's what I'm
eyeballs.
saying. Like, you don't think that you could
No, I get
make the
eyeballs.
situation awkward enough to like?
If after I grab the balls, then I go for the eyeballs because the balls are gonna paralyze him. Now he's like, he doesn't know what's going on, and
gonna
then
be-
that's when I go for the eyeballs.
So it's gonna
That's
be
my finishing move.
nuts.
There you
eyeball.
go, boom. That's a good move right
That's
here.
a pretty good combo. That should be on Mortal Kombat.
Just okay. You just need to get you a gun, and all this would be.
No. That's true.
imagine how
I told,
sexy Nick will be.
I'm just saying, even
Nick
if I
will
had
be
a
naked
gun,
with a
Nick's gonna be
gun.
jumping
even if
off
I
the
had a
stairs.
gun, the gun's not on me. I'm butt ass naked. I'm gonna walk around butt naked with a fucking holster on. Like,
Well,
Hell
at
yeah.
my house, we got guns in our bedroom. We got guns by the front door, and then we have a gun safe in the garage.
see, that's what I need. I need a gun that's ready to go in every room, and then
Yeah.
I would feel comfortable walking
See,
around
I got
naked.
my husband one of those biometric like hand scanner
yeah.
things.
Yeah. Okay,
and
that's
it sits on
badass.
his nightstand.
Okay.
And we have one by our front door too.
That's what I need to fuck with. I need a. See, the thing is, I got crazy ass teenagers.
Well, that's why you have the biometric
Yeah.
Yeah,
scanner
that's
thing.
true. Okay.
And it doesn't work. We tried.
Okay.
Like
This is
we
what I need.
we programmed
I
his
need
hands.
Jacol and Chris to arm my house.
Yeah, we programmed his hand,
Like,
and then I put my hand.
I
in
need.
there and
Yeah,
it
that's
opened.
like some James
Which would
Bond
not
shit.
open.
What if you
That's
like put some like glue or something like that to like
Okay.
match the fingerprints
Question.
of your fingertips?
It's very technical.
And then
Knock on wood, this never happens. But somebody breaks in the house,
Mm-hmm.
and the first person they debilitate is your husband.
Mm-hmm.
Does the thing work on your hand
Yeah,
too?
yeah. It
Okay.
works on mine and his hands only.
Okay, so what if y'all get fucked up? Now the kids need the gun to protect themselves. Then
Well,
what
I
happens?
mean-
well, then they're going for the
We
one
have
in
a-
the dresser.
Yeah, we have a 2-year-old, so I mean,
Yeah.
You better start
gotta do
training
I
that
mean-
2-year-old.
Okay. I would still feel better in that situation if I had clothes on. Something about not having clothes on and being in a confrontation really bothers me. And that's probably weird that bothers me more than snakes. Like if I saw a snake and I was naked, holy shit.
Nick
No,
gonna die.
no.
He dead. His heart's just gonna stop beating. It's over.
Oh my god, I can picture it in
Could
my
you
head
be
like
so guys? There's a snake and you're butt ass naked. Like he's not gonna miss if he strikes. Like he's
I know
getting
what
some
I'm
part of
doing
you.
whenever next time I make relief with Nick.
Oh man,
I'm showing up to a turn to burn butt ass naked with a snake.
with a snake. Oh my god, I would quit. Man, okay. Let me ask you a question. Is there anything on that wheel that you want to make sure we talk about? Because we can rig this. Let's tell high school stories.
I don't have any.
Oh,
None of my high school stories are
Bullshit.
PG. Seriously, I can't.
This isn't a PG
this
show.
is a PG
No,
podcast.
but
I've
none
literally
of them
said,
like I can tell my family. Like I don't.
we just talked about Nick's dick for like the last 15
No,
minutes.
I legit called like 3 people yesterday and said, "Hey, I need a story that I can tell because I don't have any." And all 3 people said, "You can't tell any of the stories."
You have not a one. Like you were partying that hard in
I
high
have
school.
one, but I can like edit out. I can edit out the funny stuff. I mean,
Chris, you have a high school story? Chris Conn?
Yes.
Everybody's worried about getting in trouble.
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to remember some good ones.
I mean, it was
Because a lot of my crazy high school
smoking
stories
weed and
also
drinking
involve
beer.
Chris Clark.
All
So
right. Yeah, you want to see Chris Clark start squirming. Well, what else?
yeah, exactly.
What else on there? Y'all want to tell some mama jokes?
Yeah, let's do those.
All right. Me and Chris suck at telling dad jokes, as anybody who watches our show knows. So we decided let's switch it up and tell your mama jokes instead.
So we're gonna do this as a
Make
challenge.
sure the wheel is actually on your mama jokes though, because that makes it official.
Well,
Yeah, what we're gonna do.
rigged ass game.
Hey man, this is what happens when people don't prepare.
Are we
How
gonna
many
make
jokes
this?
are we telling?
Yeah, but I feel like this show's gone pretty good with like how well prepared.
No,
I
it
came
absolutely
in.
has gone good. This is
are
what
we
we're
gonna
gonna
do
do.
this like a challenge? I say we do it like let's do as many you mama jokes we can to make Chris see
That's
how
not
this-
gonna be
to
many.
see how many it takes before he starts laughing.
Okay, I can already tell
Let's
you.
take guesses. How many?
I can
how-
already
I'm going
let's
with
guess.
2.
I'm going with 1.
This was gonna happen. I'm gonna tell me and Chris will go, and then you guys will go, and then the winner of us will go against the winner of you guys.
Okay.
Do you have enough mama jokes?
I only
if-
have 3.
Google if you need to.
I've got Google. I'm good.
I have 2.
Let me tell you guys, I am the Snap champion. I didn't even have to Google this shit. Like, when it comes to your mama jokes, I grew up on your mama jokes. Now, some of my shit's probably old, and people are like, "That's corny," but I think it'll make Chris laugh.
Are we ready?
Are you ready, Chris? I put on this music that tickles him.
I'm ready.
I
Okay.
sure wish I could hear the music.
Let's let our let's let our guests go first.
Okay.
Okay.
You have to look Jacol through the window of her soul while
And
you
I
tell
have to
her this
not
joke.
laugh,
And
right?
you cannot laugh at his joke.
Okay.
Ready? All right.
Yeah.
Your mama is so fat I took a picture of her last Christmas and it's still printing. Damn. Keep going.
Now it's Jacol's turn.
Oh, it's my turn now.
Yes.
I'm gonna win this one. Watch, I got this.
Okay. Your mama is so poor, she created a Gmail account just so she could eat spam.
The fuck? That's pretty good.
Good job.
All right. Let's see.
One of y'all is gonna have to laugh.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you just done this all to Chris, it'll be like,
Me and Chris, this isn't gonna go well. You guys might be the champion. Maybe we should have did this the other way around.
ah, that one's gay. Your mama's so fat when she got on the scale it said, I need your weight and not your phone number. God damn it, Chris, you're not even a part of this.
Okay,
Oh shit, I just fucked up.
Okay, I got one more.
let's go.
Your mama's like the Pillsbury Doughboy. Everybody pokes her.
Oh.
You ready, Chris?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you go first.
He's already crying.
All right. So I got 2. One is corny as fuck. The other one's good though.
He's pre-qualified.
He's laughing at his own jokes.
I'm just letting you know.
He's gonna laugh at his own shit. Okay, here we go. You ready?
Your mama is so ugly, she makes blind children cry. That was the corny one.
Okay. But you just laughed. Are you ready?
Yes.
Your mama's so fat, the bitch got baptized at SeaWorld.
Oh,
That was good.
you're trying really hard not to laugh, aren't you?
Good job.
Ready?
Yes.
'Cause I'm about to get you.
He's gonna get himself. Watch him.
I'm about to get myself.
Go ahead, get it all out
already
now, Chris.
laughing.
What he's saying.
He's already laughing.
The thing about your mom jokes is they're all old and overly used. Just like your mom.
Oh.
Okay. You ready?
Yes.
Your mama's teeth are so yellow, I can't believe it's not butter.
It's not the joke. It's making me laugh. It's this voice that he's doing when he's telling the jokes.
I think Jacol and Chris Conn are the champions.
Thank you.
What's our prize?
I want one of y'all to laugh.
I want my prize to be a set of headphones next time I come on. That's what I want.
You will get
You
headphones.
just buy them. You just buy them. You can plug them right up.
If I had some
I have
earbuds,
the
I'd
problem
give
is
it to
I
you.
have 4 of them. They're just in another
I
location.
know I was gonna make Chris laugh. What was your you were just googling mama jokes, dude. When I grew up, like that was all. We played Pencil Break and told mama jokes. You remember Pencil Break? You ever play that game?
No.
Probably. But we
Did
might
you
have
play
called
Pencil
it,
Break?
We might have called
Or
it something else.
Yeah, we would hit the. You try like you had to have the big boss pencil of school, right?
Yeah. You
So-
hold the pencil like this. The other person
Yeah, and the other person
hits it. And
We
break
just
it.
call that ow.
Ow.
No, you don't hit the person. You break the pencil. You try to break the
Yeah.
pencil with your pencil.
I just had shitty friends then. 'Cause we were just,
Yeah, my mama used to
on our
whoop my
fingers with
ass
it.
because she'd buy me a brand new pack of pencils like
Motherfuckers
every
all
month.
broken.
And then I didn't want to tell my mama that I was playing Pencil Break, so I'd be doing a spelling test with a pencil. It was like that long. You sharpen the end, and then the eraser's right there, and you be sitting there doing this shit. Can't tell my mama I broke all my pencils. Oh my goodness. All right, let's spin the wheel one more time.
Mama?
One more again. Chris, real quick. Your mama's so fat, she gets her toenails painted at Earl Scheib.
I don't know what Earl Scheib
The
is.
fuck is Earl Shop?
It's a body paint shop.
A paint and body shop?
Yeah. All right, your mama's so fat, she puts her belt on with a boomerang. No?
No.
Okay. I got Chris to laugh at one. You guys were like stone faced, man. We're gonna have to do dad jokes with y'all.
Yeah, I like. I'm a dad
We'll
joke
have to
guy.
do dad jokes. Alrighty. What
It
you
was
got?
hard. It was hard not to laugh.
Smells like middle-aged theater.
Nobody sent me anything for that either.
I
This is the worst Wheel of Spirit ever.
Yeah, I was majorly unprepared.
I think we just went through all of them.
I just really
No,
suck
there's
at the
10 of
internet.
them. No, all we do is you have anybody slide in your DMs with some weird shit?
No, I've been married for like 20 years.
Yeah, but there's people who slide in your DMs on stupid shit all
Oh
the
yeah,
time.
No,
like
I don't
those,
get that.
Those fake ass Instagram hoes.
Oh,
are like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I'm dying to meet you. I'm in LaPorte.
That's high school stories. Nobody had any high school stories.
I have one high school
Tell
story.
high school stories.
Maybe you guys will. I have a high school story. Maybe you guys will. Like, I don't. First of all, am I like the only saint at this table? Like, y'all can't tell high school stories because they're too fucking adult? All right, I got one.
Well, when I was back in high school, every time we'd go get shit faced, I always end up naked.
Yeah, see, I didn't drink in high school.
I do.
Like
have
I
a
can't
high
tell
school
you how
story.
many times I've slept on Chris's couch butt ass naked.
Chris, I don't want you to tell that story.
It was a guaranteed thing.
Did your butt hurt when you woke up?
No, remember that one time we
Did you have
lost,
like dicks drawn on your face? I'm sorry, if you get drunk in my house and you pass out, now that is one thing. Like, we used to fuck
No,
with you.
'cause
Oh,
was
I
always-
hated motherfuckers like you.
He was always Chris was always
we would fuck with you.
he was always the first one to fall asleep.
Dude,
always. What he would
we'd
do,
get
he'd go to his
Dude,
room and lock
my
his
buddy
fucking door.
John would pass out in the worst places. And one time, this motherfucker walked around for like a month with a strip shaved out of the back of his head, and he didn't even know.
Oh.
While he was like, they just
My
and left
gosh.
it. And he was like, walked around for a month, didn't even know it was there.
How do you not know it's there?
Like, you don't scratch back of your head or anything?
Holy
Had no clue it was there
shit.
for like a
I'm
month.
concerned for that guy's hygiene.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
crazy.
God, yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, he didn't know it was there for like a month.
So
Okay.
I do have a high school story. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, you're the guest. Go for it.
Okay. So in high school, I drove.
First of all, I'm sorry. Describe yourself in high school. Were you popular? Were
No.
you under the radar? Were you
No, there was a
like-
group. There was a group of 6 of us,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just us 6. I mean, I was friends with like a lot of people, but I didn't
Right.
hang out with a lot of people.
Gotcha.
So there were like 3 girls, myself included, and then 3 guys, and
Okay.
then we would all just hang out. That kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So in high school, I drove a red Chevy Cavalier 2-door.
Baller.
Yeah. Whitney actually drove like a pink Pontiac Sunfire.
Right.
And my key for my car worked for her car.
Like to start it?
Yes. And then the key, I locked my keys in my car one time and I had to call Whitney.
What year was the Pontiac and what year was the Cavalier?
I have no idea.
Okay, I have another story,
was-
but go ahead. Because that's the thing.
Well, I graduated in 2004. So this was probably like 2003. So I want to say that the Cavalier is probably
Me and
like
my
a
buddy
2000.
almost accidentally stole a car.
Oh, my car did get stolen out of the parking lot from the high school.
But we almost did it on accident. Because we got in a Pontiac Sunfire that looked just like his. And we thought it was his. And the motherfucker started. And my buddy's in the back seat. He's like, whose pink sweater is this? And we're like, what the fuck? And I'm like, Mike, you got a new stereo? Like, oh shit, this ain't my car. And his car was like right in front of us. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt that.
No.
But that's the thing.
It's okay. So, the high school is really big, so they have like police officers that are like on duty, that kind of thing. And I'm sitting in class, and there's a knock on the door. The door opens, and the principal at the time, I think it was like Mr. But it was the principal, and then it was the high school cop that was on duty. They come in the classroom and they ask for Jacol Wade, which is my maiden name.
Right.
So I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like, there's the principal, there's a police officer. I just about shit my pants.
Right.
So I'm thinking like, oh my God, like what's happening right now? Fuck, I'm gonna have to call my mom. So they take me into the hallway and they said that they had the drug dogs in the parking lot. And this is very common. And they said that the dog alerted at my car. So they needed my keys to search my car. And they wanted me to go out there to the parking lot with them so that they could look inside my car. So I'm
Okay. So were you concerned?
no,
You were not
a little bit. Because we'll get to that part.
Okay.
Okay. So I was like, well, shit. Like, if you were a girl in high school, usually, well, I mean, I don't want to speak for all girls, but most of the time, your closet was in your car.
Right.
So, like, my trunk is full of crap. My back seat full of crap. Clothes, trash, blankets, like whatever. Like, that thing was full to the brim.
Right.
So we go into the parking lot. They asked me to open my car, and I open the car door, and the cop looks at me, and then looks at the car, and he's legit afraid. Like, I don't want to like go into the car. Like, he doesn't want to like touch anything.
Right.
I mean, I'm 16
There
years
could be a
old.
snake in there.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So he makes me like start pulling stuff out of the car, and like I have the whole parking lot full of like clothes and shoes, and I'm just like pulling out like these random pieces thinking like, what the fuck is this guy gonna find? So then I pop my trunk, and the dog is still alerting in the car, like at the car.
Right.
And I'm thinking like, did I leave something in the car? Like, am I about to get like a ticket? Am I gonna go to jail? I'm gonna have to call my mom. Like, this is not
Yeah.
gonna be good.
Meanwhile,
So
your
when I
drawers are
got-
strung out all across the parking lot.
Exactly. So when we got to the trunk, when I got my car, my dad had given me one of those emergency roadside like preparedness
with a flare gun and shit or something.
Yeah, it had,
it had a flare
road
gun.
flares
Yeah.
in it. And so when
Damn.
I pulled out like all of this stuff out of my trunk, there was that little bag, and the officer said, "What's in that bag?" So I opened it, and it was a fucking road flare. We spent like 2 hours in that parking lot, like taking stuff.
That's what the dog picked up on?
Yes, out of all of that stuff, like it was the fucking road flare, and I missed.
Didn't
like,
find none of the weed that was in there, huh?
Nope, and it was in the console.
Damn.
So the key is, if you have weed in your car, hide a road flare in there.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ. That's funny. That's funny. I'm wondering, when you're telling that story, I'm wondering if the cop doesn't want to go in your car because he probably doesn't have a warrant in which to do so.
Don't need one.
No.
Not on
They
school
don't need
property.
one?
Not, once you're on school property, they don't need one.
Okay. That's interesting. I was not popular in high school, but I could hang with anybody. I chilled with everybody. Just depending on how I felt that day. Kick it with the goth kids, kick it with the essays, kick it with the homies, like whatever. But I was in 3 different choirs. And because I look the way that I look and I felt like I had a little bit of a soulful voice, like people, it was like a circus trick. People were like, hey, white boy, come sing a song. And like I would literally get stopped in the hallway like, hey, they wouldn't even know my name. Are you that white boy who sings? Yeah, hey, come over here. And then like, it was a very common occurrence that would happen. That's back when like, Backstreet Boys and NSYNC was popping. So, I had to study up on the music to be able to give the people what they want, the girls, make the girls swoon and whatnot. Anyways, so I have this one friend of mine, his name was Jeremy, and this dude was a player, like a ladies' man to the T. And he was my good buddy, but everybody knew like he had a reputation. So I remember showing up to school one day and it's first period, and he walks up to me with some goofy, starry-eyed girl who's completely in love with him, like big smile on her face. And he was a very stoic person and he had a really deep voice. So he just walks up and he always wore these sunglasses that he looked like he was in the Matrix. Like he always had the Morpheus sunglasses on and he's had his head shaved bald. He was probably like 6'1". And he walked up to me and be like, hey, Nick, this is my girlfriend, Stacy. We've been together for a week. Will you sing a song for us?
Oh my God.
So I'm like, okay. So I do my thing. Do my thing. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Dab him up. All right, bro. I'll see you later. Go to first period. Leave first period. I run into Jeremy in the hallway. He is with another starry-eyed girl with a big old smile on her face, looking all in love at him. Hey, Nick. This is my girlfriend, Amanda. We've been together for 2 weeks. Will you sing a song for us? And I was like, but Jeremy's like, oh, yeah, man, sure. I shit you not, this happened 4 times that day.
In one day.
4 times that day.
Gosh,
He's walking
damn.
on some other chick. Hey, man, this is my girlfriend. She likes this song. Like,
What in
I'm like, what the fuck am I? The cheater's jukebox? Like, what the fuck?
I'm wondering what that guy's swinging to pull 4 girls.
Good
I mean,
Lord.
Jerry, he had a reputation.
Okay.
And, man, I love that dude to death, though. Like, and actually, I was out of contact with him for a long time, and he out of nowhere, like, messaged me on Facebook like a few months ago, and I was like, I told him that story. I was like, hey man, you remember that one time? He was like, oh shit, yeah, I remember that. Some crazy stuff. So I don't know. That's really not a high school story about me, but that was
Still a funny story.
It's a funny
though.
story.
Never
Like,
heard it.
I wasn't pulling chicks like that in high school. I was just, serenading them for other guys. That's pretty much it.
That's fucking funny.
Alrighty. Come on, man.
No, I don't really have anything fun. I was just your generic piece of shit high school student.
Yeah.
I was a senior taking sophomore classes. And
Oh yeah.
I was
oh, yeah.
skipping school.
I got kicked out of a couple classes in my senior year.
Yeah. The spirit sniffers are dying to know, Chris. You know what they're dying to know. They want to know this infamous story that got you expelled. And I'm not going to tell you, you have to tell it today. And my recording stopped, of course. It's cool.
I was looking at that. I was wondering what the fuck.
How
was
long
going
ago
on.
did it stop?
I just noticed it like 2
We're
minutes
still
ago.
recording on OBS, so it's fine. But yeah, we're still recording there, so we're good. Inquiring minds want to know: are you at some point going to be comfortable telling that story?
I'll tell it.
You're going to tell it right now?
I'll tell it right now.
All right, here's the high school, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the high school story you have been waiting for. Chris Clark. You were expelled in what year?
I don't know the year.
How old were you?
It was
I
like
was
it had to
in-
have been 05.
I was a sophomore in high school.
Sophomore in high school. Okay. Do you want me to play any music in the background?
No.
Or, okay.
No.
That was
All right, let's-
07 then.
So no, I graduated 07.
Oh, that's right. You graduated early.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't even know where to begin this story because it goes back a long ways to like 8th grade. Okay.
Okay.
Haley and I met in 7th grade. We dated for like 4 or 5 months in the first part of 9th grade. Second semester of 9th grade, I got mixed up with some bad people
Mm-hmm.
and got a real bad. I had a real bad habit. I was addicted to Xanax bars
Mm-hmm.
in a major way, like something that I'm not even gonna
Yeah.
get into. It was not a good situation,
Right.
and this went on for I guess a year ish. And I have no recollection of it.
Right. Because you were fucked up most of the time.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know how many bars you would take in a day?
A lot.
A lot. Okay.
I mean, it's to the point to where I don't even know how I made it past that.
Right.
Like 7, 8, 9.
Damn.
It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. So I guess it was approaching second semester of sophomore year, and like I said, it was bad, dude. It was like I have no recollection of Haley and I had split, and that's I don't want to say that's what caused it, but like I had completely gotten rid of everybody who associated with Haley.
Right.
I just moved on to move on to this next crowd, and my buddy was like, everybody's buying us Christmas presents.
Mm-hmm.
How are we gonna buy Christmas presents for everybody else? I
Yeah.
was like, well, fuck, I don't know, nor do I really care. Like,
Right.
that's silly. He calls me the next day and he's like, I fucking figured it out. Figured what out? This is a Sunday.
Mm.
I know how we're gonna buy everybody presents. I'm like, I mean, we're fucking. I think we were 14, 15,
Yeah.
maybe somewhere in there.
And this is just talking about your friends. Like everybody's buying each other
Yeah.
Christmas presents. Okay.
Yeah. He comes over, man, and he's got a fucking. He's got a lot of pills on him.
Yeah.
A mixture of. It was a cocktail sock. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
gym sock filled to the brim.
Right.
Like, I looked at it and I was like, okay, like I have a problem. You have a problem. That's a serious fucking problem.
Yeah.
Like,
For sure.
that's federal
Mhm.
time. So we decide we're gonna take this shit to school and we're gonna sell it.
Wow.
I mean, it was a fucked up mindset.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it was. It's something I don't think I've ever talked about publicly. Like as far as like being an addict and being
Mm-hmm.
even to this day, it's something that I struggle with. So we take that shit to school and on acid all. Well, the problem was the guys who were in the ring with us were taking what they were selling as well, and I wasn't. That day I wasn't.
Yeah.
Just walking around school like fucking zombies.
It was
Yeah.
scary,
Bunch
dude.
of
Like,
guys were fucked up.
Yeah.
well, like they were like drinking in the water fountain, and like the water's going up and hitting their face. It was horrible. Like,
Yeah.
and it clicked to me, for whatever reason, being sober that day. I mean, I hadn't been sober in over a year.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's not. Hope I don't look like that.
Right.
Like when I'm, because you just don't realize, man. You don't. It's such a fucking downer. It's such a
Yeah.
like drag your knuckles through the mud type of shit.
Right.
So I get all mine's gone. Everything I have on me is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Fifth period rolls around, and I'm in it's a computer class. I think it was digital animation or something like that.
Yeah.
Principal and the cop show up. I had on those Dickie shorts They were black. They were long.
Yeah.
I had my Volcom t-shirt on. And I had a black hoodie on. And I had a black backpack that's like that see-through, that mesh. They called me up. They took me to the classroom next door. I'm standing in this room, and these cops are going, fine-tooth combing me.
Right.
Like, they're looking. They know I have something on me. I'm just like, no. You got the wrong guy. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
Like, well, we got you on camera. You might as well admit it. Nah, you don't have me on camera. Like, I knew how to play the system.
Right,
I knew
right.
how to. I was a shitbag, dude. There was things I did in that time period that are just unspeakable, despicable. Like, just it disgusts me.
Yeah.
And they let me go. I couldn't believe it. I got back in that class. It was one of those long periods. I got back in that class. I was like, well, fuck. Those guys are fucking stupid. Like,
Yeah.
they do have cameras all over this fucking school and watch your every fucking move.
Yeah.
Dude, not even fucking 20 minutes later. They came back. They had 2 cops. So I knew my ass is going to jail.
Yeah.
They already know. They stand me up. They walk me to the front door. And they start reading me my Miranda rights. They put me, they grab one hand. I don't know why, but I just fucking take off as fast as I can, running down the hall.
Yeah.
One handcuff on, I'm fucking trucking it. Well, they knew I was going to fucking run because they had a cop at this end of the hall and a cop at that end of the hall. And the
Yeah.
2 cops are fucking chasing me.
Yeah.
The fucking bell rings. These motherfuckers slam me to the fucking ground, pick me up, put me in handcuffs, and walk through.
Yeah.
I'm walking through this fucking school, handcuffed, all beaten the fuck up,
Yeah.
and all these people are looking at me.
Yeah.
And I just remember feeling like that disgusting sense of like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you fucking thinking? Like,
Yeah.
why did you even... Anyways.
What grade was this?
10th.
Okay.
So I walked through, and before they renovated the high school, they, like, the office areas were set up different.
Yeah.
And all the principal's offices were, like, lined up in the big one, right? I'm walking through, bro, and I see the guys who are involved, and all the shit is all over the desk.
Oh, damn.
It's fucking everywhere, and I'm just like, fuck. Like, we just got caught, man.
Yeah.
We got fucking popped. And the principal sat me down, and he said, like, you don't seem as in bad a shape as the other 4 that I caught. I'm like, I'm not. I'm sober. Like, I didn't take any of those. You sure? I'm like, I didn't. I would. You got us.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing to hide at this point. Like, you got us.
Yeah.
And I was still in handcuffs at this point. And he said, I need you to tell me who all was involved. I said, I'll tell you. Take these motherfucking handcuffs off me and get these cops out of here. And I'll snitch on fucking everybody.
Yeah.
I'll tell the whole fucking world who was involved.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, take him off of him. And they're like, oh no, he just evaded arrest, blah, blah. He said, I didn't fucking ask. I'm telling you, take the handcuffs off him and get out of here.
Yeah.
So, took the handcuffs off of me. Cops leave. He's like, all right, tell me. I said, those guys had nothing to fucking do with it. It was me. I take responsibility for the whole thing. He's like, come on, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
You can't sit here and fucking tell. I mean, these guys can't stand up straight. And you're going to take the whole fucking rap? You're going to take the whole rap. He's like, nah, I don't believe it. He didn't call my mom. He called my dad,
Yeah.
who was like a loose fucking cannon at this point. Like,
Yeah.
the dude is, the last thing he wants to hear is, and I'm thinking like, I'm going to go to ISC for 30 days. Like, I had no recollection of what was about to happen to me.
Yeah.
So he fucking signed these papers, and he fucking, here you go. Lets me walk out the front door of this fucking school. This says I can't come back. I cannot come back. And I was like, I'm looking at this fucking paper like, I just fucked my whole world up.
Yeah.
Like, I just fucked my whole shit up.
Yeah.
And I ended up going home. I think it had to have been like a week or so before Christmas break, because I remember being off like a week and then starting at this detention center at the beginning of January. I had to go through 6 months of it.
Right.
Old Brown School.
Yeah, that's a conversation for.
Yeah, that's the story that you told in episode 5 when our moms were here about going to the alternative school.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Fucking nightmare.
right.
But in all reality, like talking about how horrible it was, that was a turning point in my fucking life.
Right.
That was a turning point that when I decided like that line is straight as a fucking arrow, and I will walk that the
Yes.
rest of my fucking life.
Yeah.
You will never catch me slipping ever. The cops fucking knocked on my door 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Clark, we got a warrant for your arrest. I said, you got the wrong one. I'm telling you right fucking now, you ain't got a warrant for my arrest.
Yeah.
I ain't done a motherfucking thing wrong. He's like, that's your escape? It was a fucking registration ticket. I was like, bro, what? It's horse shit, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like a huge turning point in my life.
Right.
Like that was, and
Could have gone worse.
it could have ended up
Yeah.
really, really bad. I mean, a lot of
gone
my
worse.
friends have been in and out of the fucking penitentiary for the past 7 or 8 years.
Yeah.
It's not a good situation. It could have ended very badly for me, and I'm very. At the time, I fucking hated what had happened.
Right.
But looking back, like everybody who was involved, like truly saved my fucking life.
Right.
They saved me, man. It was
So
I
it's fair.
needed
It's
it.
fair to say y'all were not criminal masterminds.
no fuck.
I think
We thought we were.
I think drug dealer 101 is don't fucking
Don't
use
get
the
caught.
shit. Don't use the shit that
Don't
you're
get
selling.
caught.
yeah, we
But actually, that's what fucked y'all up. Y'all might have got away with it.
yeah. I mean, I don't know how it arose.
Yeah.
I don't know how it came to light that what was going on.
But a bunch of kids walking around fucked up probably
Raise
Yeah.
some red flags.
raised some red flags.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I mean, what are you, 14, 15 at that point?
something like that.
Yeah.
And what's
Born,
sad,
born and
dude,
raised in Deer Park. Like, it's
I
not
have
like.
no recollection of that time in my life. Like
Yeah.
middle of 9th grade all the way up till middle of 10th grade. Like
Just zombie the fuck
I can't
out.
reflect back. I can't tell you anything about that year.
Yeah.
Like it's just a complete fucking blur. Haley has all these memories of these great times she had, and I'm like,
Yeah.
well, that must have been fucking cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's why. I mean, the right now at this day and age, we're going through an opioid epidemic because the shit fucks you up.
And
It's not a joke.
I genuinely feel like it's a lifetime of holding on.
Yeah.
You gotta fight that every fucking day.
So is that part of why you don't really drink that much?
It's part of
You
why I don't drink. It's part of why I've never taken fucking painkillers. Like the
Yeah.
only time I've ever taken a painkiller is when I had pancreatitis for the second time in the hospital,
Right.
and I didn't even agree to it. They just fucking shot me with morphine.
Right.
And what sucks is I got out of the hospital and I was like, holy shit! Like that was fucking phenomenal.
Right.
Like that feeling of just like
Yeah.
the feeling goes away, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate relaxation.
And I kept telling Haley, like, I know it's gonna sound crazy and don't judge me for this, but like I cannot stop thinking about that morphine they pumped into me. I can't stop
Yeah.
thinking about it. And she's like,
it's not a joke, man.
no, it's
But
not.
that's what contributes to the opioid
Yeah.
crisis is doctors overprescribing medication.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was in excruciating fucking pain. And they
Yeah.
kept asking me, why don't you take pain medicine?
if you
Why don't
think-
you take a painkiller?
Yeah.
And I just kept telling them, like, don't do it. I'm addicted to the shit. I've been off of it for a very long time. Don't
Yeah.
put that shit in my IV.
Right.
Don't. Tylenol, ibuprofen, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's not touching it. And Haley kept telling me, like, Chris, it's okay. Like, you're in the hospital. My fucking pancreas had a softball. Like, I mean, it was a knot like this.
Yeah.
It was excruciating.
Yeah.
And they kept, about day 2 of me just sitting in bed fucking screaming in a hospital, and they're just fucking giving me ibuprofen. Finally came in and popped that and shot it in.
Yeah.
And it felt like the most excruciating pain I've ever felt in my fucking life. To
Anyway.
sleep in fucking 30
Instant
seconds.
relief.
Yeah.
It was instant. I couldn't believe it. And like, I got out and I'm like,
If you think it's not a joke, how the fuck do 14-year-olds end up with a sock full of fucking Xanax and other pills?
that
Like,
story will never be told.
No, I'm not saying tell it. I'm saying that's how you know that there's a problem.
Yeah, of course.
There's an issue with the way
Yeah.
the system works.
Yes.
Whether it's people not disposing of their shit properly, whether it's people writing prescriptions they shouldn't.
Yeah.
There's there's a lot of issue
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
arises from that.
It's a good topic.
Yeah, it is. It is. That's actually a topic that we could definitely come back to at another time. But I'm proud of you, Chris, for telling that story, man.
Thank you.
I
Yeah, me
sat here.
too.
I sat here and I learned because I didn't know what had happened.
There's only a handful of people who do know.
Yeah,
who
and when
truly know.
you told the story on episode 5 when our moms were here, that was the first time I knew that you had even gotten expelled and
Yeah.
gone to alternate schools. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't be who you are today had you not gone through what
Exactly.
you went
Exactly.
through and experienced those hard life lessons.
And that's what I'm thankful for.
yeah,
It's something I almost reflect on every day.
yeah,
I mean, truly, it's something that crosses my mind every day. Like this is what you're fighting for. This is what you keep pushing for right here.
it's
Yeah.
good to be self-aware.
Yeah.
yeah. That's I'm proud of you
Thank
for coming out and telling it. And I know that it's probably, I hope it's something you do not continue to be ashamed of and embarrassed of, because that story could help a lot of other people.
It's not that I'm ashamed or embarrassed of it.
Yeah.
It's more of like a demon that
Yeah,
is continuously fought.
right.
And I just have no want to rehash that.
I got you.
Because there's a bunch of people involved, and there's a lot of moving parts to that. Like that was
Yeah.
just my side of the story.
Right.
I mean, there's several other parts that will probably never light or
Right.
never come to light.
Yeah. But you came through it, and that's the point.
Yeah.
You came out, lived to tell the story, man.
Here
So
we
what
are.
though? He looked pretty good in khakis and a white polo shirt though.
that was your alternate.
Black shoes.
Do you even
khaki
own a
pants.
white polo anymore?
We all go over to his house. So go hang out. He got what? Took you an hour, 2 hours? Like after
get
our
home?
heist, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like 6 o'clock by the time Chris got home.
It was Reliant Stadium.
We were like,
Oh, damn.
we'd be at his house like,
Or
it's
it
not
was like
fucking time.
right by
In that
Reliant.
area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your mom would have to take you out there every day.
No, hell, we got. Imagine like a 1941 fucking bus that is the biggest piece of shit that has like no shocks on it.
You was riding
So it-
Forrest Gump's bus.
Yeah, it was fucking awful, dude. Like the whole experience was fucking awful.
Yeah, that's probably the point.
I mean,
Look, being somebody who has not, like, I've been in jail and it took about 3 minutes to be like, yeah, this ain't the place for me.
yeah,
I couldn't be here for,
yeah,
and I was in county jail for 3 days and I was like,
yeah,
can't do this.
yeah.
These ain't my people. I mean, I got
Shit, I was
schooled.
in a drunk tank for 12 hours. Like, that's
Bro,
not my place.
Let me tell you.
Am I
mean,
the only one sitting at this table that has not been arrested?
it looks like it.
sounds like it. I mean, I don't know. I knew, like, nothing against those people, but I'm like, y'all just are not my squad. I mean, I got schooled on the pimp game and how to work it.
Yeah.
If anything ever goes wrong in inspection, I guess I have something to fall back on, because they schooled me on how to pimp and how to, like, they told me all the secrets of the trade. But I was like, and I'm just sitting there listening to them like, okay, just finish your story so I can
Yeah.
go sit in this corner by myself now.
Yeah.
But I'm proud of you for doing that, and now people will know, and hopefully it's a cautionary tale for anybody who maybe is thinking about going down that path, because you definitely don't want to do that.
I'm gonna say something, and you're gonna think I'm fucking crazy. Go listen to the Joe Rogan Miley Cyrus podcast.
That was a good one. Yeah.
You think Miley Cyrus is a fucking psychopath?
Yeah.
The fucking girl is sharp, bro.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
smart.
and she
She
has
knows what
some,
she's doing.
and she has some
Yeah.
fantastic ideas that they could be publicized in the right way.
Right.
Yeah.
Like talking about introducing kids to what drugs are, what sex is, because where do kids learn drugs and sex?
They're friends.
TV
From other kids
and other kids.
who are
Yeah.
completely uneducated.
Yeah.
Like they made so many. I'm not saying like go teach kids drugs, but like what she's
if
talking
it's not
about
taboo,
doing.
if it's not taboo, and if it's not, oh, hush, hush, don't talk about that,
Exactly.
then kids aren't so intrigued by it.
Yes, I mean she
So-
laid some fucking. It was
Yeah.
an excellent podcast. I listened to it last night. It was fucking phenomenal.
All right, Rogan, we threw you some love.
Please throw us some.
Yeah,
love.
you returned the favor. All right, man. Thank you guys so much for coming on. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Yep.
I did. It was so much fun.
I feel like there's a lot of chemistry going on in this room right now.
I enjoyed
I like
myself.
it. I think it went
Yeah.
really well. We, like I said, we appreciate you guys and your support of being listeners and coming on. And when we build this team, me and Chris have been talking about this. I've been stressing about this a lot. And I've told everybody, no matter what happens, I hope y'all feel like y'all are part of the squad because you're part of the squad. And we only have so many spots to actually be on the show. But just because you're not on the show every day doesn't mean you're not part of the squad. And we hope no matter what, you guys will feel that way. And we're going to have to tell some people that we like, thanks but no thanks. And that'll be difficult. But you guys did excellent, and I appreciate you guys coming through.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for the invite.
Not a problem. So really quick, we have some wonderful companies that decided to advertise with us this season, and we hope that we've done you guys proud. Sarah Cooligan of theurbansoapbar.com just recently got married. Congratulations to you, Sarah. You guys, if you're interested in any cool gifts for Halloween, she does a lot of Halloween and horror-based custom soaps and bath bombs and stuff like that. So go check those out. And, she's a friend of ours, and we know she'll treat you well. Stephen Terry of Stephen Terry Pest Elimination, he's a very loyal listener to this show. He's also somebody who's shown interest in joining the show. We appreciate you so much, Stephen. If you guys have any pest elimination needs, and this dude goes from Victoria, Texas, all the way to Orange, so wherever you are in the Southeast Texas area, he'll hook you up. And then we also want to thank my man Kevin Provost of Money Management International and Co. You guys give him a call if you want to get your credit fixed. How's your credit looking, Chris Conn?
Yeah.
Is it good? You told me you were working on it.
I was working on it.
Yeah. But
It's all right.
I might put you in contact with him, man.
Yeah. Give me his number later.
Yeah, for sure. I look, I've been in a situation where we just bought a house and stuff, so I know my credit's probably in the toilet now. So
Yeah.
I'll probably be giving him a call myself. And then lastly, we want to thank. Oh, I'm sorry. Lastly, we want to thank Banerjee Plastic Surgery. Whitney is the manager there, and Dr. Shomo Banerjee is the best in the biz. He's going to hook you up, and if you tell him that you'll listen to the Smells Like Middle-Aged Spirit podcast, you'll get discounts on some of their services, such as Botox, or they'll give you $1,000 off of your procedure. Chris Conn's going to get his butt done.
I'm going to give me a booty.
He said he wants to put on them cowboy jeans at the rodeo.
Yep. Honestly, I just want my pants to not fall off.
That would be a good look if they would not do that. So you guys go to BanerjeePlasticSurgery.com. Like I said, tell them that you listen to the Smells Like Middle-Aged Spirit podcast. And thank you guys all for listening to the Smells Like Middle-Aged Spirit podcast. This was fun. Thank you guys very much. You guys have anything you want to tell the people while there's a microphone in your face?
No.
The whole world is listening
blast.
to you right now. I'm glad you had a good time.
Yeah.
And we'll have, no matter what happens, we're going to have you back for sure.
Awesome.
All right, Chris. Thanks, man. I'm going to get us out of here. You guys know the deal. My name's Nick Stevenson.
My name's Chris Clark. We'll see y'all next time.
You've been listening to the Smells Like Middle-Aged Spirit podcast with Nick and Chris. For more show content, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.